Hey!
Hey everyone! Wow, it's been quite a week. Many weeks have been quite weeks. Hope that all our friends are safe. Terrible flooding in Germany. We're so desperately sorry about all of this. And glad to be here on our virtual guided session island with you. Shannon here.
Matt here.
And welcome to an hour of tunes together. Gonna have some fun. And to our friend Thomas, thanks for being Prems today. And Arthur, welcome and greetings. We have a special surprise for you, Arthur, a tune that you shared a few weeks back that you wrote. We're going to try.
Not a surprise now.
Well, that's the broad strokes.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't know what we're doing with the tune.
Okay.
Aha. So welcome. And I'm excited that you're vaccinated. Congratulations. And Mike, hello in Ohio. Soggy here as well in Medford. Hi to Saul in Michigan and Bob in Wisconsin and Ted in Ottawa. Ciao Marco in Milano. Hi to Maria in the UK. And hi to Aga in Poland. Stormy weather outside. Good vibes here inside, friends. To Susan and Robert in Tennessee, welcome. So glad to have you joining us today. And Lynn, that you're live with us today. That is so great. Steve in Pennsylvania. Hi, Margie in Minneapolis. Really glad that you're meeting for some in-person sessions. That's wonderful. Hi to Harry and the family in County Derry. Hi to Randy in Michigan. Hello to Alex in China. What an honor to have our friends joining us in these late time zones. And next week, we are going to start early. We're going to get up and we're going to do this live stream.
This is going to be the early, we will play Irish music the earliest it has ever been played.
Yes.
8 a.m.
Yes.
Our time.
Yes. 6 hours earlier to help to accommodate some friends in later time zones. Allison, hi in Rhode Island. And to Leanne, welcome. Glad to have you joining us in Maine. And to Pat, hello and welcome. And wow, you're right on time, my friend. Claudia in Norwich, New York. Adele in Halifax. Hello.
Oh, yeah.
Woohoo. D&D in the basement, tunes upstairs, just about right. Bruno, welcome, and we have a tune for you today. Nice to have you joining us. And to Roxanne in California, to Barney in New York, to Grania. Wow, you're in Clare this week, our old stomping ground. Say hello to the peeps out there. And to Jim in Zimbabwe, welcome. Glad to have you here for a moment of fun together. So Carolyn, welcome. Glad to have you joining us from New Brunswick. And Bruno, I'm sorry that you've dislocated your shoulder. Hopefully we'll take your mind off of it. And to Julie in Tennessee, hello and welcome. And Alex, no problem that you can't join in live next week. It will be live stream. It will be archived, of course. So let's get the hits started here. We're going to start with the Geese in the Bog. I wrote it earlier, but I will write it in again. And Christian, hi in Germany. Hope that you're not too soggy. And Jeff, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Here we go.
Warm up speed.
2, ready. What is the owl's name? Does the owl have a name?
No.
Jane. The owl's name is Jane. I got it from my Aunt Jane. So I think the owl's name is Jane.
Fair enough.
Which is kind of an absurd name for an owl, which I really like quite well. Hi, Carrie. Welcome. Thanks for joining us in Florida. And the geese in the bog, really pretty.
It is
Beautifully
pretty.
played, Matt. Terrible
you.
posture. That's why I was looking at you. You were kind of like,
I was grooving.
And I was thinking like Bruno's shoulder is dislocated, and I was thinking your shoulder is going to be injured if you don't straighten up that posture. That's my prediction, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. All right. So yes, we're going to play now the Virginia Reel because our friend Hatau and Nami will be playing the Virginia Reel next week. So this is a chance to kind of bone up on it. We'll play it a little slower. And we have some special guests for our next week stream. So here we go. We're going to play the Virginia Reel and the Maid Behind the Bar. That one. Are you in tune with reality?
I think I am.
Could you check? Because it's humid, folks.
It is humid.
It began seriously raining, and I thought it would cool things off, but it did not. Hi, Johnny, and glad to have you joining us. Woohoo! And hi to Jolie. It wasn't quite in, was it?
It was pretty darn.
Let me hear your G.
On that one.
Hi, Jennifer in Michigan and Elena in California. We're going to carry on with the Virginia Reel and the Maid Behind the Bar. 1, 2, here we go. Meeting.
Oh, my goodness.
Very, very nice. Very enjoyable there to play that along with you. And yes, indeed, Matt was busted for being out of tune and also busted for having abysmal posture when we started.
I'm having a hard, I just can't catch a break.
I feel like you've gotten 2 criticisms, so I feel like I'm due too. So you can save them up, you know.
I would never do such a thing.
Oh, please. And you can do it in front of our friends here. But anyway, you've got 2 coming.
All right.
And yes, lovely bouzouki playing, Matt.
Thank you.
Nice to hear you playing a little bit more bouzouki because you're teaching for Mad Week.
I sure am.
Been playing a lot more, and also we've been doing a few other things and playing a little bit faster because we were, doing some recording some videos and things at a faster tempo. So we had to get back in the groove.
It's true.
It helped.
It's
Your
true.
lovely bouzouki touch there helped me kind of settle back down.
When I was driving home the other day, I put on something or other, and it randomly played a Planksty tune, which I hadn't. It was a Raggle Taggle Gypsy, which I hadn't heard in ages, and man, that is some great bouzouki playing.
Oh yes, yes indeed, and it makes the books ripple. I mean, that kind of bouzouki playing makes the books ripple. Adele is saying that it's so humid there, their books are starting to ripple.
Oh God.
Oh, I know. It's just like wet.
We had to
It's
replace our dehumidifier.
We did. It got a leak. It
Yeah.
actually got a leak, so it was sucking water out and then dumping
it on
water.
the floor.
It was bad. So Jennifer, welcome and great that you're joining us today. And to Sean, to Captain Tokyo, hello and welcome. That was lovely. Made Behind the Bar is lovely. Yes. So Sean Morris, no worry about feeling guilty about posture. Just laying on your back in bed is probably good for the posture because the spine is probably quite neutral in that setting. So next week we will have a chance to play. That's right, to play the Virginia Reel.
Yes.
Hatao is going to be playing the Virginia Reel with Nami on the harp. So I hope some of you can join us next week. It is starting early next week. Whoa. And so you have a chance to work on the Virginia Reel for that. So we're going to play some hop jigs. Hop jigs. We're going to play the Boys of Ballisodaire hop jig. And then we're going to go into, what was the other hop jig?
Cucanandy.
Yeah. When Pat came over the hill, his Colleen for to see. That one is Cucanandy. Cucanandy, Nandy, Cucanandy. Yeah. When Pat came over the hill. That's the other name of her. So it goes out to Pat there. And hi, Tomas. Thanks for you were actually first in the chat, right? But now you're joining us live, and we're glad to have you.
So it's like saving a chair for putting your coat on a chair. You just type in the chat really early, and then you can show up whenever.
So maybe Arthur was in fact Fems. And Mary, welcome. Glad to have you joining us. Naomi on the harp. Nope, Nami on the harp. Nami. She's great. What a great duo. We love them so. 1, 2, 3. Here we go.
Is that first one on the Kevin and Mihal record?
It is.
And then they go into, then the like pitch changes and they go into the Breton tune. Is that the?
Is it on May? No. I think you're thinking of Johnny, Will You Marry Me? But I think that Cucanandy, or maybe
not Cucanandy, the other one.
The other one.
What was it, Ballisodaire?
I don't know. No. That's Johnny, Will You Marry Me? That's I think. Anyway, that made for good TV, didn't it, guys?
Yeah, no,
Diane, you joined us. You joined us. And woohoo! You maybe can join us next week for the earlier. That's good. And yes, Johnny, it is a little prohibitive for the California set, but it will be archived, so you can tune in later. And Karen, I'm glad you made it this week. Hi to Charlie Bird and to you as well. To Mara in Italy. Hi and welcome. And when did vibe become a verb? What? When did vibe?
As in vibing cat.
Okay.
We have a 10-year-old, so lots of things have been verbed.
That's right. But I have to say, I had the vernac way before the young boy was on the scene, in fact. So I might be driving the slang of the family even to this day. Hi to Jenny and Barney in Kong. Glad you're back tonight. And to Frederick. Hello to Jean. Or Jeannie. I'm glad that you're joining us in the stream again as well. And let's see, what do we got? Can you really hear the hop jig in that one? Do 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 dum dum today. Hey, maybe. So what's the difference between a slip jig and a hop jig? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is a slip jig versus dum dum dum. The hop jig generally has more dumpty and less duckety.
Yeah,
it's a different dance.
You could kind of think of it as like, playing it faster than it would.
And taking some notes away.
Yeah, in order to play it fast enough, you have to take some notes away.
Yeah, not every slip jig works as a hop jig, but some of them do.
Yeah, no, some do.
And Siobhan Butler could demonstrate that on the feet. Yes, we do know her. A lovely dancer, lovely person. Yes, indeed. Good, Tomo. I'm glad you know of her work. So what's going on here? The only flood was the one in my basement. Barney, you have the new car that it has the activated charcoal in it now, I hope. And just put some activated charcoal now in the basement. It'll soak up any odors. You're grand. Okay, we're going to carry on with some jigs. And I think that Maria was the one who got us into playing this again after some time. The Rakes of Clonmel. Right? How does that one go again? Oh yeah, love this tune. And then we'll go into Contentment is Wealth. Of course, there are many versions of Contentment is Wealth. I think that I probably learned it off of one of the Mary Bergen Faye Dogestoin albums back in the day.
So good.
But I also have in my ear like maybe a Desi Wilkinson. I recently went over the tune. We've played it in the past, and I was a little unclear about the B part, I thought. So I think I've sorted that out. There are different ways. There are different ways, but this is one way that'll do. That'll do. Okay. 1, 2, here we go. point there, Allison. Yes, let's all remind ourselves that listening is joyful learning. And that listening, just listening, is a thing to do.
Oh my God.
Right? I sometimes, I run errands maybe, I do the dishes, I'm busy around the house. Maybe that's when I'm listening to music. And it's rare that I just listen to music and sit down and just listen.
Yeah, all of us.
Matt does it more.
I
You
do.
it more.
Not enough though. I periodically will buy a record and I have to make like a whole thing, carve out a whole thing. Like I'm going to listen to this record now.
Yeah, it's inspiring. It's good. It's an important thing to do.
And Carrie, I saw Carrie mention that a lot of people learning stuff off of the Mary Bergen records, apart from it just being like superlative playing and great tunes and everything. I think part of it is those records are so sort of clean. Like there's not a lot of there's a lot of arrangement, but there's not it's not a big band sound. You can really, there's this one melody instrument and you can really hear the tune, and maybe there's a little bodhrán or a little bouzouki or something, but it's not like thick, so it's much easier to hear what's going on.
Yeah, and there's such artistry, I think, in Mary Bergen's playing, and she did them all on a Generation tin whistle. Like that's all you need. You can buy a Generation tin whistle for $12 and play all the music in the world on that. Really, she's just amazing. Sonia, welcome in England. I'm glad that you are joining us today. Woohoo! And Diane, sorry that you missed the name of the jig before or after Cucanandy. The first hop jig was the Boys of Ballisodaire, and then the second one was Cucanandy, or when Pat came over the hill.
And the Jigs played after. I think she wanted.
Were the Rakes of Clonmel, and Contentment is Wealth. Wealth. Is Welsh. Contentment is also Welsh, as I learned in my beautiful episode that I put together just recently. That's right. My Irish Music Stories podcast. You can find it at irishmusicstories.org. I just featured a whole beautiful hour talking to Welsh musicians. I talked to Carrie Reese Matthews and to Rodri McDonough and to Ankara Jenkins and to Patrick Rhymes, and it was so inspiring for me. I enjoyed it so much. If anybody has a chance to listen, I hope that you might learn something beautiful from these inspired musicians. But anyway, contentment is wealth and Welsh. Yes. Yes, I see. It's hard to keep up with the comments, and they're great. I'm loving it. So let's keep the hits a-coming. Yeah, hi Julie, and happy Saturday to you. Let's play the Sally Gardens for you, Julie, and also the Fermoy Lasses. That's going to be the second tune. Are you in tune, your guitar?
Yes.
With reality? Yes?
I feel pretty good about it.
Well, let's just check for the box players, for the concertina players. At the end of the month, we're going to be with a concertina player, so you have, you can't. Javier, hi in Barcelona. I'm so glad that you're tuning in.
Beyond in tune.
Okay, so Fermoy Lasses is second, and the Sally Gardens is first. All right.
Fermoy lasses.
Did I play only one A part?
No, I think that was me.
Oh, okay.
That was 100%
okay.
me.
I was gonna say because I get two coming to me, so it can be my fault. That was my fault.
Yeah, that was your
my
fault.
fault.
You just threw me
My
off.
fault. And Javier, that is so awesome, Tomas, that you're welcoming Javier here. And also a big welcome to Stephen in South Africa. So glad that you're joining us from Cape Town. And boy, how wonderful that we're here. All this energy together. It's really, really lovely. And know that even when we're not in this little zone with you, we're thinking of you. We've been thinking of Germany and Haiti and South Africa this week. So sending our very, very, very best wishes to you. We're going to carry on with some hornpipes because nothing boosts the spirits like hornpipes. We're going to play The Rights of Man, followed by the Plains of Boyle. Yes, I must admit, we had a great Name Your Tune challenge last week. We played all of the Name Your Tune selections to date, but I left one off.
Nope.
I left off this Name Your Tune selection, the Plains of Boyle. And before we started, in fact, I think I said, what about good old Plains of Boyle? Wasn't that an NYT? And we looked and for some reason just didn't see it. And so we didn't do it. So we're going to do it now. The Rights of Man and the Plains of Boyle. Oof, I'm having a hard time. My flute, I am having a hard time.
That's just hot.
I love, Jennifer, that you found the Dedan Bohemian Rhapsody, or whatever they called it, the Hibernian Rhapsody.
Oh my God.
Amazing, amazing.
Something
Elise,
else.
hi, and welcome. Thanks for joining us from in equally
In Nova.
steamy Medford. We're in North Medford, so we're in Noma.
Noma. Oh, we should start calling it that.
But that's not even right because it's Medford, M-E. Nome.
Nomi.
Nome.
Nomi.
Nova. Happy to have you there. And Nick, happy to have you as well. So here we go. Hornpipes, dee-doo, dee-doo, da-da,
Oh God, you
one,
can see my leg.
2, 1. We have to, whoops, we'll put the vibing cat over it. Here we go. Now nobody can see your leg. Oh, it's on the wrong side. Oh, well, never mind. 1, 2, 1, 2. Check your tuning, please. Just your internal voices there. It's beautiful. We just want it to be just right. We care about these people.
I blame frets.
No, there's no blame. There's only just fixing.
There is no fixing.
Really?
Yeah, I mean the B string is not in tune.
Okay, then maybe it's just me.
With, you know.
Is this a Yukon kind of a thing?
No.
It's just humidity.
It's this guitar.
All of a sudden this week. 1, 2.
For years I've struggled with this.
For years he's struggled with this.
Okay, I'm
Says
not
the
playing
vibing
that
cat.
note. I'm not playing that note.
Okay.
You don't get that note anymore.
1, 2, 2. Nice. So yes, it's true. Neither of these instruments is really in tune ever. This is a relative pitch instrument, and there are some tuning indiscrepancies from one note to the next, and I need to change.
You can do stuff about it.
Yes, and I need to change depending on what key I'm playing in, depending on the person I'm playing with. And it's true. Not everything can be in tune on the guitar at the same time, but you do a great job of splitting the difference.
Oh, well, thank
you know, you
Thank
decide I'm going to be playing in this key, and then you kind of temper it for that key. So that's what I mean by getting in tune. So I'm glad, Jennifer, that you're enjoying our light-filled playing, and this is a very light-filled room. Mm-hmm. And I'm enjoying the happy backdrop and noticing that the giant leaf begonia is getting bigger and bigger. During the week, Elizabeth, I am keeping it on the floor so that it grows up toward the light. And soon all this will be changing. Yep. We are going to finally complete the transformation, which was moving the piano out of the room. And we're going to move the shelves in.
The bookshelves, yeah.
But there's so much
personally,
going
I think
on.
We need to go back to Saul's comment a little earlier.
What was that?
Guitar shopping.
Oh, right.
Yes.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, okay.
So we're going to play an offertory on the lovely, this is. Oh my.
If you are joining,
Thank you.
If you have been here for ages, you know what we're going to say. But if you are joining for the first time, we put out a virtual tip jar once a session, and during that time we play a little tune for you of some kind. It is our offertory selection, and if you are able to chip in to the tip jar, we greatly appreciate it. And if you are not, don't worry about it.
Please, yes.
And we're going to play. We'll play 2 tunes, and I will tell about the first, and you can tell about the second.
Fabulous.
The first one is a composition by the lovely and talented Shannon Heaton called Zoom Twins for Allison and Chris when there was some Zoom synergy, as you know, you may have experienced with multiple squares and people having similar things going on, a cat walking from one frame to another and that kind of thing.
And then we're going to do an Ozenne original. Okay, so Arthur, you wrote this beautiful tune, a reel, the Shatton reel, and we have altered it slightly. I'm sorry to say. I hope this is okay for you. And because we've altered it, we've turned it into a polka. And so we're taking your name and we're mashing it up further. It's called Mashton's Frolics. The polka version of the tune is called Mashton's Frolics. So we will try Zoom Twins into the brand new polka by Arthur Ozenne.
Twice through the first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fabs. Cheers. All right, way to go. So we're going to carry on with a lovely jig that Pat had suggested some time ago. We've done it a couple of times. Maybe some folks have picked it up, the Hag's Purse. This is a great old piping jig, and it's in D. And then we're going to go into the Kesh jig in G.
I will check my tuning on
this. Yes, Arthur, let us know if your version is available anywhere, or we can assume the polka version as well. It's so fun. And it's kind of like our discussion of the hop jigs versus the slip jigs. There is a way to turn some slip jigs into hop jigs, you know, by don't to do to do to do to do to do to them instead of decata. And the same, the corollary of jigs into slides can kind of work sometimes. But here we go.
These are just straight up jigs.
These are just straight up jigs.
There is no slide about this.
Yes. And Barbara, I don't know if you got a welcome, but we're so glad that you're here today. And I'm glad you're still here, Bruno. We got something for you coming up after this. All right, the bouzouki's back.
It's back.
1, 2, here we go. right, Bruno, last time around you asked about the Brays of Busby, and I thought, this sounds familiar. I don't know this tune. So I had to look it up, and it is kind of Colonel Fraser-y. It's like 3 parts-ish of Colonel Fraser-ish, right? So I found a recording of Gay McKeown playing it with his fine sons. And let me tell you, like, he's in the middle.
Does it actually say fine sons? Or?
No,
okay.
no, I'm saying that.
That's you're
Yes.
saying that. Well, that would be like, a very, dance band kind of.
Exactly.
Yeah, all right.
Exactly. So there's Gay, playing the pipes, a master, surrounded by his sons, very fine pipers, of course, keeping the family tradition alive. And then one of them is, they're both quite strong, strapping young men. One of them in particular has very large arms, and he's got kind of the sleeves are small.
If you've done all that work, you might as well show them off.
Yeah, and maybe he's just busting out of his shirt. But, like, there's Gay in the middle playing this wonderful Brays of Busby, surrounded by his sons, and they're all, how you look kind of serious when you're playing the pipes. It's a lot to navigate.
Yeah.
It's a lovely performance.
What muscle does this
Exactly.
build?
Exactly. I don't know. He goes to the gym and he
got
goes like this.
He's got a machine, the piping gym.
So we're going to play the Brays of Busby. I also, I know that Seamus Ennis recorded this, and I kind of listened to his recording of it too. So we have kind of probably a mashup of the two. And before that now, we'll play Bunker Hill for Dean in Illinois. So if you're tuning in later on,
we can almost
Dean, this
see
is for
from
you.
our house.
Who, Dean?
No, Bunker Hill.
Oh, that's right. Wow, that was amazing. It's hot. It's hot.
It is really hot.
And tunes from Doolin. Woohoo! Glad you're joining us. Wish we were in Doolin. All right, so here we go.
We don't want to go too fast. Don't let me go too fast.
But we can't go too slow.
No.
2. Here we go. Oh, play your. These are tunes for the digestion for Grania. 1 and 2.
Busby in G for a while.
Tunes, guys.
Yeah, it's nice.
I'm looking forward to inhabiting that one over the coming weeks. So we'll try that again another time. Lovely. And Jim, send me the version that you play as well. I always love to, as I'm getting my head around a new tune, new to me, it's kind of fun to get more input from people I admire and trust. So, folks, speaking of people I admire and trust, it's been really an honor to spend time with you, Matt.
Oh, really? You were again? Oh,
yes.
Oh, now I feel bad.
And with all of you.
Yeah.
And with all of you. So thank you for joining us. Dhanyawad. Danke. Kopkun naka. Merci beaucoup. Trugares. Arigato gozaimasu. Kamsahamnida. Tusen tak. Dziękuję. Vielen Dank. Grazie. Gramahagat. Muchas gracias. Evcharisto. Sheshe. Chwala vam. Shukran. Eskarikasko. Ta palat. Spasiba. Ahehe. Salamat. Tarima kasi. Diolch. Toda. Kusanem. Muito obrigado. Kam un. Dino tenda. No. Miigwech. Hvala lepa. Yutva. Gidos. Thanks, everyone. So we're going to close with the beautiful, beautiful Calon Lân, which means pure of heart.
And before you talk about that, I just want to remind everyone about next week. Because next week will be the Asian edition, which means we are going to start much, much earlier so that people in much, much later time zones can tune in. So, Dublin, Ireland still got a pretty good shot at it, I'd say. California, you're excused.
Happy to have any of you join us for that. That should be a really fun time. Going to have some special guests. And we'll close with the beautiful Calon Lân, which I featured in my episode 53 of the Irish Music Stories podcast. So nice G-Mage.
The story behind this tune is pretty amazing and worth listening to the podcast for, I would have to say.
Yeah? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 1. everyone. Maybe we'll see some of you next week early, and then the following week it'll be normal time with our friend Devin right here.
Woo.
Take good care, everyone. Thanks for joining us today.